The creators of hit Netflix series American Nightmare have shared what Detective Matt Mustard's response to the show was. The streaming platform released its latest series last week that examines the gripping story known as The Real-Life Gone Girl. It explores the abduction of 29-year-old Denise Huskins in 2015. Yet police incorrectly felt Denise and her boyfriend Aaron's version of events sounded too far-fetched and that the kidnapping was potentially a hoax thanks to its similarities to Gillian Flynn's novel, in which a woman fakes her own kidnapping. Despite clear evidence of Denise's traumatic experience, both she and Aaron were labeled as hoaxes by the police and accused of wasting government time and resources. While Aaron was accused of being involved in the case by Detective Matt Mustard. Matthew Muller was finally caught for kidnapping and assaulting Denise, and Dublin Police Department helped determine the couple weren't lying. The true story has been revisited in the Netflix series, however Mustard did not take part. American Nightmare directors Bernadette Higgins and Felicity Morris revealed to The Mirror how they approached the detective and Vallejo police. Bernadette said, "We approached both the Vallejo PD and the FBI and told them that we were making the series, and asked them if they would be willing to give us interviews. But we basically just got the standard formal response saying that they were declining the invitation to take part." She added, "We think that's a real shame because it's kind of just turning their backs on the situation when it could have been an opportunity for them to be humble and to say we are fully aware of how mistakes were made and this is what we've changed since, and this is how we now approach victims of crimes." They could have said something which could have perhaps showed there's been an opportunity for learning here and maybe things are different now and that they've all grown from the experience. But that hasn't happened. The director said it would have been great if the police and Mustard could have explained why they jumped to the conclusions that they did and helped us understand. Fortunately for the series, archive footage was available that showed exactly what happened in the interview rooms. Bernadette added, "We didn't need him to give us interviews to tell us what was going on at the time. That's all very, very clear just from watching the tapes. I think it would have been really helpful for them and for us to have felt in present day that something might have been learned from that. We have to hope that's the case, but we haven't heard anything from them." Felicity admitted watching the interview tapes of how the police treated both Aaron and Denise was shocking. She added, "What was clear with Aaron was that they just wanted to get a confession. They weren't listening to him tell his story, which he told them over and over again. They weren't interrogating the facts very quickly. It turned into get a confession and get this guy to confess." Felicity admitted, "Aaron nearly snapped under that pressure. He started to sort of disbelieve his own truth and then for us to then see that the same approach happened with Denise. You watch those tapes back and the detective Matt Mustard, H is barely taking any notes as Shush is talking. She told him her story exactly the way that she tells us in the series, and that's also what we wanted the audience to experience." She added, "Law enforcement came up with this theory that she was the real gone girl, and it was hard to watch the tapes back, especially with Denise and how they conducted those interviews. She was treated like a suspect from the moment that she walked in." The Mirror has contacted Vallejo Police Department for comment. Follow Mirror Celebs on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Threads.